Your brain is 12.5% more likely to believe my gestures over my words. Since connection is everything, this video is for those of you who have trouble connecting socially or who want to sharpen your interaction skills. Being able to connect with others is more than a social skill. It is essential for our survival and has been since the beginning of time. Even if you tell yourself that you don't need people or that you don't care, deep down that is untrue. And I suspect that you know it's a lie. We all need other people. It not only greatly affects our quality of life, but it affects each of us physiologically as well. Research shows that loneliness affects the body in the same way that smoking 15 cigarettes a day would. 15 cigarettes. Today, we're going to take some tips from body language expert Vanessa Von Edwards. She was interviewed recently on the Diary of a CEO podcast. Let's hear what Vanessa has to say about connecting with other people.
So I used to believe that you were either born with charisma or you weren't, that charisma was genetic. And in 2002, I discovered a study that changed my life, which said that charisma can be learned. And I specialize in helping very brilliant, very smart, awkward folks not be overlooked.
This could be, for many people, the most important subject for them to improve upon.
I would even go further and say, if you don't have people skills, you cannot succeed. You cannot succeed in life. You cannot succeed in love. You cannot succeed in business. It doesn't matter how smart you are. You need people to have success. My most extreme students are the students who are very, very smart, very talented and good at what they do, but they don't know what cues to send, and so they completely shut down. They try to become stoic, unreadable. They try to have no facial expressions. They literally try to poker face all the time. And so my biggest transformations have happened when I can say, you don't need to hide your true feelings. It's about amplifying them with the right cues.
She goes on to talk about RBF, resting bizatch face, resting bitch face, or as she puts it, resting bothered face. So the question is, what does your face look like when relaxed? Does it appear sad, angry, mad, anxious, tired? If I do an RBF, I come across as angry. The double lines here ensure that. It's from years and years of thinking, deep thinking. What does the way you're holding your body say about you? And what is it telling the people around you? Are you in an open, confident position right now? Check in with yourself. Or are you more closed off, curled inward? Physiologically speaking, the way you position yourself can make a huge difference in how you feel and how you are perceived. Holding a power pose will actually increase your testosterone levels, bringing in more confidence and assertiveness. This will lower your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and so you will have a reduction in stress. The same holds true in the opposite. If you're holding yourself in a withdrawn position, especially if your hands are physically in front of you or wrapped around your body, you're actually lowering your testosterone levels and increasing your cortisol levels, which are the stress hormones, and you'll feel more stressed and isolated as a result. So if you need a boost in confidence or just want to feel a bit more empowered, be aware of how you are using your body. Let's hear what Vanessa Von Edwards has to say about body language and specifically our hands.
Is to the importance of hand gestures.
Yes.
Which I didn't really think were that important before, but it's funny because going through this election cycle, and obviously Trump has now been elected as the next president of the United States, he is someone in particular that uses a lot of hand gestures. And in your TED Talk, you make the case that hand gestures matter.
Oh, so much. I think the hands are the windows into the soul. What we underestimate is the power of our gestures. Love it. Just love it. Just those jazz hands, those jazz hands. And that is because hands show intention. And this makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. So if we go back to caveman days, if we were approached by a stranger caveman and they went, friend, 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 we saw they weren't carrying a rock or a spear and they were probably a friend. In fact, when we go, so nice to meet you, we can see someone's hand, we know that they're literally not going to harm us. There's two things for this. First is the moment someone first sees you, you want to be friend, friend, friend. Good to see you. Oh, so nice to meet you.
What, put your hand up for people that can't see?
The moment I walk into a room, hey, nice to see you. Even before I handshake, even an old friend, I'll be like, oh my gosh, so good to see you. On Zoom, morning, we love a palm. As humans, we love seeing someone's palm. There's something about it that makes us feel like, they're literally open palmed. So that's the first. In the first few seconds of someone seeing you in person, on video, try to flash your palm. Second, we understand competence in two ways. Very highly competent people know their content so well, they can speak to you on two tracks. They can speak to you verbally, but they also can speak to you with their hands. This is why we loved picture books as kids. And so when someone is speaking, we're listening to their words. But second, we're looking, are their hands outlining their words?
How's that for good information? Interesting that it comes back to primal instincts. We recognize safety in the open hand gestures on a primal level, just as we need to be connected with others on a primal level. Other ways you can use your body language to increase confidence is to sit open chest, shoulders square, and even using up space. Take up space in the room. So using the chair next to you to stretch out shows confidence. And use the room. Moving throughout the room also displays confidence. Standing in a nice wide stance, keeping your body open and your chin up displays confidence, and physiologically, you'll begin to feel it as well. Okay, the episode that this interview from is lengthy, but worth watching if you'd like to explore this intriguing subject further. My job is to encourage you to use this to connect with other people and gain social confidence as well as support. Connection, connection, connection. I also want to help equip you so that you can step out of your comfort zone and begin to practice the connection. Please be sure to give a thumbs up if you're liking this content, and please subscribe. We're going to move on now to the importance of hand gestures. Are our hands truly the windows to our souls? Let's take a look.
There is a very good, competent hand gesture, which everyone should know if you want to be perceived as higher in competence. It's called the steeple.
Oh, this
Oh,
little,
yes. It's on the cover of my book if you want to see it. Yes. This looks when your hands look like a little steeple. They're kind of relaxed and open.
It's a triangle for anyone that can't. It's kind of like a triangle.
Yep, a triangle. It's a power pose for the hands. Why? If you were doing this pose, you're showing I'm not hiding anything from you. You can still see my palms, but I am very relaxed and poised enough so that I'm keeping my hands together. Now, be careful. Don't drum. This is evil fingers. They rated hand gestures in a study, and they found that this was the highest rated hand gesture that leaders made.
Vanessa goes on to reveal 3 power cues. Each of these are a form of power posing. So there's an internal feedback loop that begins as you use these. Speaking of body language, I know many of you want to know how to connect romantically, to meet someone that you might be interested in and who will like you back. What body language can you use, or what signals might you give through body language?
Second, this is a weird one. The most important measurement on your entire body is the distance between your earlobe and your shoulder. This distance right here. Watch. If I were to do this in the interview the entire time, if I were to have a very small distance between my earlobe and my shoulder, I would look anxious. I would also have a really hard time giving you vocal power. You would have do you trust me?
No, you look nervous.
Right. I look nervous. There's a direct correlation between confidence and anxiety and the distance between our shoulder and our earlobe. And very quickly, we're trying to just assess someone the first few seconds of seeing them. We're trying to assess how confident are you? Can I catch it? We don't like people who are anxious. We don't want to talk to someone like this because we don't want to catch that anxiety, but we do want to talk to someone who has the max distance between their earlobes and their shoulder, which is another reason why I like that this is how your table is set up, because it pushes my shoulders down so I have a max distance. That makes me look more confident, but it also makes me feel more confident. There's a look here. So when you do the steeple and then you roll your shoulders down and back, you will begin to feel more confident. Third one, I love eye contact. We all know good eye contact is important, but here's what you might not know about good eye contact. Eye contact is a power move when you look at someone at the end of your sentence.
Beyond the fantastic tips that Vanessa Von Edwards gives, including those that are happening on a subconscious level that you can be aware of and utilize, beyond those, when you do get into that conversation, remember to be your most authentic self. Don't swing yourself out here. Bring yourself into alignment with your truth and be your most authentic self and be present with that person, actually listening to their conversation and responding in real time, not thinking ahead about what you're going to say. Friends, we are amazing, and I hope that you recognize that. I hope you take the time to really, truly, authentically take care of yourself and nourish the connections in your life. One hope that I have through Taproots is that we can cultivate a fascination with how off the hook incredible our bodies are and this whole life experience is, how we interact with each other, how we connect with each other, and how that takes a real effect on our whole lives, how we feel physically and how we interact with the community around us. Your mind, your body, your spirit, and this earth are intimately connected. And true wellness comes when we are operating in alignment and these are balanced within our lives. Fascination, wonder, awe, and gratitude are powerful healers. Cultivating a life of them creates fertile soil from which we can thrive. They're not cure-alls, but they are so much more powerful than we are made to believe in this world of disconnect. Fully embracing the wonder of it all and being in gratitude is a major component to the anti-inflammatory lifestyle. Thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, I super appreciate you. Please give this a thumbs up, please share, and please subscribe. Most importantly, make it a great day.